Good morning, everyone. My name is Janina, and today, together with my teammates, Martin and Muslima, we set up a workshop about conflict mediation. Well, as we all know, to work in a team effectively, then it's necessary to manage the conflicts in a productive and timely way to avoid the tension situations in our teams. So, how can we mediate the conflicts in our team? We found three different types of conflict and also different conflict resolutions. So the types of conflicts identified are the task-based conflicts, personal clashes, and leadership conflicts. I will start with task-based conflicts. Task-based conflicts occur in situations when team members rely on each other to complete a task. That means their work are dependent on each other. That means if one teammate doesn't complete their project assignment on time, the other one risks to falling behind. Well, we have also another scenario when one team member doesn't work at all, or he's not actively or she's not actively in the team project. And we have some relevant examples for it. If one of our teammates does not work or is not involved in the project, that turns into frustration and extra work for your teammates. To avoid that kind of situations, we worked on conflict resolutions, and that defines through three strategies, such as identification. You need to identify the source of the conflict in your team. The other one is response, like to ask everybody in your team for opinion and to listen to their opinions, because they have different opinions for sure, and different point of views. And the next one, after you listening to everybody's opinions, is the resolution when you need to analyze all the sides, all the opinion sides, and based on the opinions, just try together to find a relevant solution and try to apply it to the situation. After you apply it, you can keep on track on the improvements on your team and evaluate if those strategies worked or not. If they didn't work, that means it's still a problem and you need to revise your solutions. For the next type of conflict will be my colleague Muslima, and she will provide you with some insights into that matter.
Hi, good morning. My name is Muslima. I'm here to discuss about my topic, which is personality disorders. And it occurs when two or more people find themselves in conflict not over a particular issue, but due to a fundamental incompatibility in their personalities, their approaches to things. It means that like me and my other colleague facing an issue, we didn't understand each other topics, and we have different argument here, and we are facing some misunderstanding. It's like that. And it also occurs a misunderstanding in work related, what I said actually, and is school related, family related, and or social situations. And also it happened with the disagreement between people with different personalities. And I'm going to Now, in examples, the first one is disrespectful behavior with others' decision. I mean, if I argue and if I provide a decision with our group member, some of us maybe will talk to it that you can do like that, but it's not a good way to communicate with others team member. You have to maybe discuss like that. You will be do it's maybe like that or no, but not directly. And the second one is unsatisfactory. It's like you put the decision and some of us did not agree with that, and they didn't tell you about that, but they will feel guilty or unsatisfactory in their, you know. And the conflict resolution. We have to find out the conflict resolution for that. The first one is identification. We have to find out what kind of conflicts they have, because we already chose 3 kind of conflicts, so we have to find out that conflict. Then the response. We have to talk to with other group members for this conflict. And what about the resolution? Now I'm going to talk about the resolution, because resolution is most important to solve this one. First, understand the nature of the conflict. I already said. And then listen to both ideas or both sides, because it happened with 2 people or more people, so we have to talk to with everyone to find out the conflicts and find out everything and find out the problem, then find a solution. And after knowing the problem and after knowing the decision, we have to find out the solution to solve it. Then teach them how to communicate. So I already explained that some of us or someone will talk to it directly. So we have to teach them how to communicate with manually or respectfully. So this is my part, which is personality clashes. Now my colleague Martin will explain the next one.
Thank you very much. Hello guys, I'm Martin.
Hello.
And I will talk about leadership conflicts. Till now, the ladies talked about conflicts from the side of team members, but if someone as a group leader wants to resolve a conflict, he has multiple approaches, and in each and every one of them, it's important to take in mind their leadership style, his relationship with each of the group members, and also how much time and resources he has to deal with the matter. By leadership styles, I mean some team leaders are more directive and some are more, when they lead a team, they are more involved, like hands-on with the job. For example, I work as a bartender, and I've often had bosses that always, just come into work in a suit and just tell you generally what you have to do. They never spend time in the bar, or they don't have any connection with you. But then there are certain bosses that like to get their hands dirty and work with you the entire day, and that also boosts morale. And if they resolve conflicts, it's easier for them because they have a close relationship with the person. There are 5 ways of resolving conflict from what I myself learned, but what I wanted to also pass on to you. The first one is the avoiding style. That is one that you can only use if you have a very mature work group. By that I mean if they can self-reflect and if they are mature enough to realize a mistake. the whole avoiding style is about you as a team leader. When two people or personalities, clash, instead of resolving the issue, you just tell them to work on different stuff, and you leave the issue unresolved till the next day. And since they focus on other stuff, their anger or hot-headedness from that moment will cool down a little, and then on the next day they will possibly have a different attitude or standpoint to this topic or issue. The second style is the competing style. That means that this usually has to do with the team leader being someone with more experience than the group member, or just the topic at hand is very important. It basically means that it's a win-lose scenario, that the team leader, he basically just tells you this is going to be my way. He pushes you back, you could say. In some situations this is beneficial, since it's a very fast way of resolving stuff, and but this is a way to worsen relationships and also stifle some good ideas from your employees or team members. In some scenarios this is beneficial though. Accommodating style is the opposite. It's a win-lose scenario, but it's when the issue is not that important, and you as a team leader just give in to the demands of the other person. This is often used by team leaders when the person that they're dealing with has a difficult personality and they won't, back down from their decision or opinion. The next one is a compromising style. It's also called a lose-lose scenario because both sides don't win. Both have to give in a little bit. Like if I wanted 15% for my budget, and here my friend wants 15% for his budget, if the team leader decides, okay, you know what, I'll give 7% both of you, no one wins, and sometimes the issues that were there before just come back in the future. Then we get to the last style, collaborating style. It's, in my opinion, the best one. It's about when there's a serious topic and you want to keep your relationships good with the people. It's all about getting everyone together and hearing out both sides, but this is very labor and time intensive, that you make a decision that will, for instance, if a company, if you own a company, but you started it with a friend, but you are the owner, and you are thinking of doing a new hire. You have an opinion that we should hire this person, and your friend has an opinion to hire this person. But your friend is not the owner. You can do what you want. But by doing that, you would hurt your relationship. So by taking 2 weeks, thinking about the whole thing, talking with your friend and coming to a decision, you decide we can take both employees and we'll give them 1 month to, so they can prove themselves or something. And that way it is resolved both of you win, you could say. I made also a chart like this, but this is relating, as I said, you identify conflict, depends on the situation, time you have, and relationship you have with the people involved. You will use a different style of resolving stuff when it's a new employee in a company that you have to show them around and you cannot like ask for their opinion for stuff. You will show them how stuff are done, not ask them how should I do stuff. That would be unreasonable. Their response is all dependent on your managerial skills or style, and the resolution is of course how much time, available labor, and relationships with the people. Depends from situation to situation, as I described all the styles. That will be all from my part.
Okay, so to entertain you a little bit and sum up what Martin mentioned, we prepared a little video for you, which is part also of your practice exercises, so you need to pay attention a little.
The Chinese say all great battles are won without fighting.
Sorry,
Okay?
I don't know you.
And let's just calm down. Oh, now I'm about to beat the puberty out of you. You ain't gonna see it coming. You ain't gonna see it coming. Come on, what? Run for your lives. But tell me I'll show some respect around here. Huh?
Cutter, wait for the monster.
Whoa!
How about this? I promise I won't pester you about the DVD. You can defecate in peace. That's a win for both of us. Until this matter is resolved, I would like you to wear this sweater.
Would you be prepared on a non-presidential basis to create an emergency ad hoc Slurpee Icy equivalency?
Oh, Leonard, you know I can't do that.
Yeah, I guess we only have one option.
Yep, I don't see any way around it.
Bye, Sheldon.
See ya. Later. They're right, it was the only option.
Took my dad, I realized that the shadows coming off those two lamps were in the wrong spots. I think someone tampered with this crime scene. Who could do that? Someone smart, someone experienced. Which is why we need to recreate the scene so that it is exactly the way it was when the cops got. All right, fine.
These are the managerial styles I also talked about. So
Yeah.
in a video, it's easier to see them.
Yeah, I've just mentioned it's a video to sum up what you
Yeah.
have mentioned.
I really liked it, the video.
Okay, so now I'll try
Sorry?
to go to the next slide.
You're in the YouTube thing, right?
No, I'm not on YouTube. I'm also on camera. Ah, okay, good. So now it's time for a practice exercise. Imagine you are a team trying to solve one of the conflictual situations mentioned above. Yeah, we are not too many, so we'll try to involve in that exercise. The instruction. We'll assign different roles where you can pick up one. So which one of the mentioned roles do you think are you? And I will keep this one on, like to choose a role.
Avoiding.
The avoiding one? Yes.
Is
Try
the-
to not talk today. Romeo?
I think collaborating.
Collaborating. Maxim?
If they pick those, I'll be the competing one.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great. That's for you. Muslima?
Oh, wait. We have some people here.
Oh, you can come in. Oh, great.
That is brilliant. Otherwise, I would have to be a part of the team exercise.
So, we have 5 conflict resolution styles. We have also practice exercise, and we need to choose one of your styles and to work together with the others on one assignment. I'll talk about the assignment after we pick up one role.
I have to choose one of them?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say one person. I would say both parties who collaborate.
Okay. You and
We're
Romeo.
collaborating, but Romeo is already the collaborator. No?
Is there
Right?
someone at avoiding?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to talk, I know, but.
Do the
Accommodating?
Okay.
Competing? Oh, we compete.
So
Who
you
you
four
fighting?
will work together,
Okay.
and what you need to do, you need to pick one of the type of conflicts what we mentioned, and they are three types of conflict, if you remember. The task-orientated conflict, the leadership conflict, and the personal clashes conflicts. And after you picked one of those types, use please the mentioned methods and find solutions to mitigate that conflict. So after you find the solutions, I will ask you if do you think they are efficient solutions and why do you think so. So for now you need to form a team. Okay, to pick one of the type of conflicts what we talked about. Yeah, to assign your roles and start to find solutions together to see how you manage it with different types of.
So we are in a group,
Yes,
and I have to convince them to collaborate with me,
exactly.
and
This one
he will
will
avoid the thing.
Avoid.
Okay.
I should accommodate with your idea, and he will compete. He will come up with another one,
Well,
and someone needs to
but
find the middle way to solve.
just
the
to
problem.
make the issue more interesting, let's make it a task-related conflict, that one of you is not doing their job and the other two are trying to get you back on board. So, since Lutford is the avoiding one, let's make him the one that didn't do his job, and now the group is waiting for him to, you know, start working again. Romeo can be kind of a team leader because he picked the collaborating style of resolution, and you can be the competing one who is trying to kick Lutford out of the team.
Okay. For that, I think I have to find the reason why he's avoiding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ask me.
Yeah. So why you are not like active in the group? Why you are avoiding your task or not doing it on time?
I think I'm doing everything on time, but maybe you are not following it, I guess, because because last month we were supposed to submit a project work, and I did on Wednesday, so it's only one day. It's not that problem, I guess. You can manage it, I guess.
I mean, we already have a deadline set that it was Monday, not Wednesday.
It's okay,
So
but the final deadline is next week, so we have time. It can be. See, it's a human life. So mistakes happen. It's not a mistake. We are not a machine, so it can be.
But you have to listen and agree with your group, because it's not fair to the others. Maybe they have busy lives too,
Yeah.
and they want to get it done on Monday or before. If you're gonna get it done later because of what you feel and what you think, it's not fair to your other group mates.
I think you are being so hard on me. The thing is not like the way you're thinking, I guess. So yeah, because
So
I think it's not that much.
you are thinking that you missed the deadline and that's not an issue, not a
Exactly,
big
because you
issue.
can manage it,
But
I
the
guess.
other teammates is thinking they are doing their job on time and you are not doing it. So
And we
what do you
have
think
only-
about it? That
I'm sorry to interrupt you,
Yep.
but we have only 1 minute more to find a solution for.
So I think what I did, maybe you are, I don't know, maybe you have some personal issue with me or not, but I think that it's quite okay. It's not a big deal. It's just late by only 1 or 2 days, and it's manageable. I think so.
Well, I don't have a personal issue with you, but it's the thing that it's not fair to the other group mates. So I think the best thing we can do is to give you another chance, maybe. So, but if it happens again, we will have to contact our learning coach and see if there will be consequences.
If you wish, you can do it, but I think he will be also flexible with the issue, I guess.
Okay, great. Thank you. for your presentation. Do you find any relevant solution, you think?
I think
Against
one of
your
them is
mate?
because he is also strong.
policy?
I'm sorry.
yeah.
No, you can continue.
Oh, yeah, so he is strong about his opinion that it's not that big of a deal. But since it does affect the whole team,
It's alright.
I think Martin mentioned at some point that some manager want it in their way and
Yeah.
not the employee's way. Like he just order you and you have to do it in his way, not in your way. And he even don't ask your opinion. He's kind of like that in the group.
And do you have the solution for that?
I think the best solution would be to give him another chance, but to have it as like strikes. So let's say if he does it again, it will be the last time because he already did it once. And then we will have to contact the learning coach, and there should be consequences to his actions.
Yes, that's quite a good one, but I think that kind of strikes should be done in a calm way,
Yeah.
Like, do not be disrespectful for your teammate.
Yeah.
Okay. With this part being done, do you have any questions for us so far? What do you think about that session?
I have a question. Yeah, what do you think is one of those 4 conflict situations, and the way of handling it, which do you think is the most useful? Not the best, but like most easily the easiest one that you can implement or do of the 4 ones to resolve the conflict.
I think the easiest one is the leadership based conflict, because he's the only one who has the main work in that team. Also the other ones matters, but he's the only one who has that kind of skills who can bring the team together. So this one I think is the most relevant.
If I may, since I had the leadership part, with the leadership part, he can use a competing style of resolving the matter, which would mean that he would just tell you how it should be resolved, and you have to listen to him. That is one of the styles. It's I explained it earlier, but
Yes, it's one of the styles, but
Yeah,
not the
yeah.
only one. So
Yeah, but that's the one that will most quickly resolve the issue.
it
And
depends.
Now they have conflict.
Then we not know whether it's like that.
Do you mind if I interrupt, because we're running out of time, and some have to take workshops in other in a new session.
So
But
So
yeah.
maybe you can supply some feedback briefly. I'll go there. My feedback, what I saw of it is, I love what you're doing, and I love the fact that you give personal examples, which is really good. That makes it all different from just theory or something. Like, hey, I'm a bartender and I see this and I see this. That's how you make things nice for your audience. just give him 2 minutes of feedback, and then we'll go to the next session. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
what do you
One thing that I liked about is the whole presentation concept of different parts, and especially I saw a YouTube video, and then we have a role play part which we had. So, and this is something we have to engage in. That is something I learned from doing the thing. That made me more clear about the entire presentation. I really liked about it.
I think it was well done, and also the way that you guys explained it, the different conflict situations and the ways that you can resolve it was very well said, and I like the way that you guys did a role play and gave everyone a role at the ways to avoid the conflict, which kind of like implements it into us so that we can use it, and you can see the different types of different ways of resolving an issue, like, and that makes us understand it more because you're making us do it. So I think it was really well.
Thank you. Romeo?
Yeah, I think you start great in the beginning, then Mim was great as well, and I love the Martin's part the most, as he is giving the live example from his life, so we can relate, as I work in a hotel as well, so I can relate to that. And when it's like too much talking started, you come with the video that where we got attentive more, like we understand what you were talking last 15 minutes. So yeah, and the last part we play the role, so what you are trying to say, the conflict, how it can be or how it can be solved, I think it's the perfect example you made. I like it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for your participation, and have a nice day further. Good luck with your workshop.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.